this evening, 9Z collectively attempts to take that flame from him. Cologne, this one is for history. The clash of Latin America.
And the map pool could not be better. 9Z and FURIA, head-to-head in quarterfinals, both looking to break the curse.
Waste no moment to the first duel. Yakindar turned from top mid and fallen swift on that fallback. Ooh. Play with no fear. That was the plan from all 10 players in the server. Catch him while he's looking at the sky. No one's here to help you, Fallen. No one beyond Serato, Yakindar down in spawn. But they hit that pause button again. With the smoke going up, there's no one for the cross, so they've just got to take it dry, and they will. Okay. Headshots in abundance for 9Z as they suddenly take over that long control, and we've got a bomb plant, and we've got a message for FURIA. 9Z came to play.
Oh, they ran through that. They bulldozed their way to the A site. No CT cross smoke when they swung. They were happy to take all those duels. As soon as Fallen went to headbutt that smoke originally, that was their way in. It's a dangerous game here for FURIA. We've seen 9Z have spotty performances on Dust2, but in my opinion, at their best, they can beat anybody. Some of the CT setups they've used on Dust2, I think are going to be adopted all the way to the top. We know it gets real creative with the mid-round timings on T side as well. 9Z already used that to their benefit.
Just love the timing of catching Fallen like that.
Got that smoke up on site, didn't affect anything.
Kind of pushes 9Z into a place where they've got to go for duels, heads up. And heads are what they took. Insta kills with the pistols for 9Z, insta force buy out of FURIA. Molodoy loses his angle early. That scout's got to go for the reposition.
Middle of the map control here for 9Z.
No real contest being offered up. FURIA still just leaned back. It's smokes in hands across the board. Clearly looking to just kill some of the time off this clock. We'll see whether 9Z want to respect that or just decide to pounce in. And again, this death ball, as they've tapped into, is so prepared to just go and storm this B site. What they'll find, a single Desert Eagle.
They've got a great call here. Yakindar by himself.
Flash into the face, little spam through the smoke, but they don't actually push through and clear him from tunnels. Luckily here for 9Z, the Desert Eagle gets away from him, and luckily here for FURIA, you can go ahead and save in the next one, because nobody's got anything to stop 9Z in this conversion of the pistol.
Yeah, it's a very strong call to kick off. They don't fall for that defensive smoke that gets thrown by Serato up on Cat. No, they don't overthink it at all. If we were going to see 9Z get nervous, it might have been in a moment like that, overthinking, and that's what we're looking for here in this quarterfinal. In Aurora Bet Boom, you saw nerves on display. So many ecos, so many clutches. But when you see an arena like this in front of you, who would be surprised? I think Yakindar showed some of the self-awareness of somebody who's not won 5 quarterfinals in the 5 times that he's tried. And without that awareness, I think the energy's a little bit different. If it's always your second, third attempt, whatever. I mean, we know about Yakindar in finals. But in the major quarterfinals, it's a bit of a curse for him. But I think that's why he had a smile on his face, because this time does feel different.
He'll be hoping that's the case, because FURIA themselves with a bit of a curse, right? Superseding expectations, surpassing stage 3, 3-0. It's been happening left, right, and center. And yet those quarterfinal fumbles keep on coming. Cologne's meant to be where they change that course, and DGT gonna change Yuri's ideas. meant to tether with Yakindar down into the lower push. Both players turn back around. And so we are sat here watching the third round of this quarterfinal and looking at a single kill thus far for all of FURIA combined.
Yeah, it's coming in quick here for 9Z. It's working very well. The worry for FURIA was, as the question was asked, you know, you've 3-0'd the stage, you've had all these days off. What does that mean for how you feel? And Akinder said, well, we had the time off the last couple of times, and that was an issue. We know how to pace ourselves a little bit better. They tried to play a ton of practice scrims in the previous majors that they played in. That formula wasn't successful. It may or may not have been about that. But we'll see if their new strategy has worked. Wasso Peak.
It's another
Find
free.
This one for free.
Farewell Fallen.
And you're right, I mean, no kill. So it's molodoy and Cacerado. Anything they can grab would be nice. You know, you take down Max, that's a couple grand, but even that's a start.
Just to kind of get this game going as far as your own individual output goes.
Oh, you're exactly right. It's the game is going to get started, whether they like it or not. If they don't dent the economy, then it only makes the half a lot harder.
We are still looking at one frag.
Good as it gets here for 9Z. And the difference for them, they come into this quarterfinal and they have the, you know, 2 quarterfinals in 2022, but it was only Max and DGT.
Yes.
It's a new team.
I think that's why the conversation for 9Z, it just goes beyond the major cycles themselves, and it goes back to their previous quarterfinal outing. Getting onto the stage is still a question mark for 9Z. Watching them turn into a shell of themselves, it's something we do not want to grow accustomed to, and they also need to break. So first gun round of the game, and molodoy puts that op out middle, but he still remains passive. And there's been a lot of very safe jump spots going on through Suicide so far, even here versus the Pistols. 9Z doing the absolute best to try to keep themselves as unlikely as dying to that scout, to that op. And I think what that does is it recognizes the opping ability that molodoy and FURIA have in their arsenal.
Yeah, for molodoy, it's all about being read into his rotations and how to avoid that. 9Z again, prove on Dust2. They know how to find that weaker site with very little information. Somehow Max knows. They get molodoy off his post and his rotation back to A. Bomb, though, is going the opposite direction.
Doesn't take too much, just a flash and a firebomb, and he's off of it. Which means no support for middle. We've got the fangs of FURIA towards that B bomb site.
It almost looks like they've already done it again, unless Cacerado and Yuri can combine for a great hold.
If somebody makes a move, you can see Yakindar just testing the waters, popping it open, but still not believing that he needs to actually reposition closer towards middle.
Free smoke in mid.
For the time being, it's just Luchov out mid. Number is strong, coming through this tunnel smoke in a moment. Cacerado going through the sequence. It's nade after nade, and he interrupts them nicely, but he kills none of them. Flying Mac-10 denied. Yuri into the cover, and that's where he's going to get popped.
No rotations. Luchov has mid. Luchov has mid. FURIA get 1 kill on this round, and they save with 3. It's a perfect call again for 9Z, and this time it's because they go for both mid control and a B hit, but because they didn't have anybody come out on that split through middle, Yakindar saw nothing, no reason to be alarmed. They actually didn't know if it could have been a cap play, if it could have been late long. They didn't have the information to use. So far, amazing again here for 9Z. We look at their match versus Spirit. It ends in overtime. It's an incredible attempt. They can't close. But you saw so many great T rounds that looked just like this in that match. It had Magic's speechless after the game. Well, we'll be on our way to the first part of that if FURIA don't get it together. because right now Yuri's the only one with kills.
Yeah, Caserado lined up the damage on the 2. It felt like that spray was on point, but no headshots in it. And the time to kill since the pistol from 9Z has been so incredibly crisp. We're going nade spam towards long. This is an early fight. Chance for FURIA to just straight up stuff it. Mayern, one and done. And as Yakindar dives back in for second servings, Wasso Peak gets the better of him. Now there still remains pressure over here towards long. So Caserado pops the smoke, spots Wasso, and takes this down to the even 3v3.
They pulled the goalie, though. This is actually a B attack. It was dressed up like an A hit, but they're going to walk into an open site.
Bombs in the middle of all of that. What more could you ask for here for 9Z?
Have no idea.
Silent as they need to be, slicing right through it. Already Luchov over to the window.
They didn't. Oh, they late smoked that B doors. They mollied to show Caserado that now it's a retake.
At what point of this game did FURIA start to get crazy? Show the teeth. Caserado rounds that smoke. Max right now with the nade out, could have gotten jumped. But now Yuri's dead. Caserado splits between the two. One inside of the smoke, he's making noise, and Max comes back, still unkillable. Molodoy's on the retreat, done, dusted, 5-0 9Z.
5-0 for 9Z as they call another fantastic round. It's as if they've started with a ton of conditioning. They've already got 9Z buying into their ideas immediately. It helps when you're shooting hard as well. Wasso Peak gets that instant trade outside of long after they initially busted open. So multi-kills in response for FURIA. That's the key part. Even if they don't get tricked in their own heads, they have to respond to the fact that long control has been won. Caserado blows open the smoke on the corner, gets a kill back, but they still don't have control of it. They're still a little bit too slow to the other side of the map. And 9Z know that they're going to be comfortable playing loose in B. They walk in, no telegraph, easy round. I'm very happy to see 9Z picking Dust2.
Well, speaking of picks, Mayern posting that op through suicide, spots nothing down in mid, and we get this molodoy position. This is off of the Sid timeout, of course, for FURIA. It's a round with limitations and low nades, and molodoy's hesitation to just give up that angle means that
gonna have a flick.
DGT just walked around. DGT didn't approach with utility. He would have been a sitting duck for this op had molodoy remained posted.
He's completely missed this timing. Molodoy, he's also risking it by staying out here because now they're losing the mid control play, but they just don't feel comfortable. They're too scared about it.
Risking both his own and Fallen's life in that hold. They disintegrate the Cat defense.
I'm not sure this works out that well for FURIA. I mean, they can go and reclaim long control, but I'm pretty sure they were heard dropping into CT. No, Wasso Peak is now going out towards long as Fallen rotates underneath them. The problem for FURIA is they just don't have anyone inside of mid, so they have to respond.
They haven't had mid control once.
This is putting tons of subversive pressure onto Molodoy.
He's gonna eat the flash. Luchov right there on the brink of it. Luchov, a master of the entries.
Exec is coming in a few seconds. Molodoy has to hit.
Oh, and it misses already. As Molodoy is gonna look to pop back up. Now Mayern's posted. We've got Fallen dead out towards middle. Molodoy finally, but it's way too late. You give them an inch and 9Z will barrel down into that bomb site, take all the space you offered over with those missed op shots. Is there any kind of a recovery to be had here for FURIA? Yakindar thinks yes. Caserado slowly approaching the scene. Will op shots miss both ways? No, because that op doesn't even get a chance. Man advantage taken right back yet again. 9Z remaining active. But now, oh, Max has been cleared out, and you've got it. It's Caserado and Yuri activated from over on that B-bomb site on the rotation for a retake, and FURIA's first round win.
Ooh, that's a close call, but actually a fantastic retake. FURIA were in a very scary position. Molodoy missing those two shots, them taking over cat control. That was not a position they wanted to be in, and I think even though they win that, they need to respond to the fact that they need eyes on middle. Like, 9Z are using it against them, even if they're not playing out into the mid-B situations. They got to be grateful they grabbed that, but now it's time to evolve the game plan. I'd like to see FURIA playing for a little bit more information.
Oh!
That's a flick.
All right.
A flick through the door, not even a wall bang. Talk about quick.
And you've got to remain active here if you're FURIA. You can't just shell up. Mayern takes a line. Quesarado yet to tiptoe into it, but there's a whole lot of presence over to his left side. Fallen just dropping a smoke in front of this. What does he want to do here? How does he want to help? Flash over top of middle, and Quesarado kills Max. That's the bomb dropped. MP9 pushed through. Wasso's a dead man. Lutrov trades. Activation at a DGT from the middle of all these CTs. And so what they have left is a smoked off Opper and a Cat player who's not quite sure what's actually back now on long. With Fallen unable to fall back, it opened a door.
He missed.
Molodoy missed up shot. Didn't see that come out of 9Z. And so Yakindar, Hail Mary moment down into the lower tunnels, hits the headshot, but clipped by Mayern, and that op is now online.
Oh, it's not enough here for FURIA, man. They had a chance. Molodoy had a chance, a real good chance at that op shot. Really changes the round, because if you look at that, you replay it again, Molodoy put himself in that exact same spot. He went for the right pick. This is insane. They still almost bring back the 4v5, but a little too hasty trying to get that. Oh, and another pick.
Left side through the doorway, Fallen skewered. FURIA doomed. Yakindar's Desert Eagle towards top middle, and it's a fast-moving 9Z now.
Oh, they know how to play with momentum, huh?
They've been trying to weaponize this all major long. We've seen it totally stuffed twice. In their first outing versus Spirit, and then in that Aurora game after an incredible match.
Oh my goodness, single scope from that range.
That nail biter versus Spirit the second time around, we kind of just chalked the Aurora loss up to them not being able to reset in the, 15 hours they had between those games?
Man, I was looking at Mayern's numbers coming into this game, and he had his one great map versus Vitality. So I'm like, how often did that happen? It's like one good map a series. His numbers are overall not great, but his pop-off potential has actually been pretty crazy. Well, he's finding a ceiling fast here in this quarterfinals.
To appreciate what he's put forward right now in this 8-2 start, just know Mayern has never finished an international LAN event with a higher than 1.0 rating in this career. And we've watched him for years, and we can talk about how that op maybe is not where he belongs. And that's what it has felt like at times. But tonight, with these mid picks, it's feeling like a whole different story. It's feeling like an evolution. And the evolution in 9Z, in South American Counter-Strike that is not Brazil, well, that's a conversation we can have all night long, so long as 9Z keep these numbers up. 7-1 over FURIA.
I mean, of course 7-1 had to come up in this match. Twelve kills across their 5 players. FURIA are really behind in that department. I only bring it up because of the amount of money that 9Z have saved after this round win. Bank accounts on infinite. Everyone's smiling. And Mayern surely not again.
Not this time. And all while his counterpart is gearing up round after round, getting these mid picks and winning 9Z rounds out of the gate. You've got a Molodoy who we've now already seen miss multiple shots. Let's go back to Budapest. Yeah. Let's go to the last time he was playing on a major playoff stage and the visible frustrations that struck down FURIA's momentum at that event as well. Oh, but maybe
timing.
Maybe he just needs a few more rounds. That internal ticker clicks.
Yeah, he's just got to trust himself. And in that quarterfinal of Budapest, we saw him swinging for it. Like he kind of tried to fake it until he made it, but he couldn't overcome the nerves. But we've seen Molodoy play too well for too long to doubt him. Even at Astana when they got eliminated, he was putting up volume the entire game.
Utility dump is good here for FURIA. It hits its mark. But we've seen Molodoy on this angle. We saw him miss the first 2 shots last time and then only land the third. Yakindar trying to get closer to CT if needed. There's still some concern that it's going to be that quintessential mid to B. Molodoy confirms it. First op shot strikes. And with Luchov down, it's looking all the easier. 5v3 here for FURIA. Molodoy doing a good job of trying to dodge those bullets, but they finally connect. And as 9G punch in the numbers, you've got DGTs to still just set the catwalk ablaze.
They were very good at this retake last time. Coming in from CT, they're holding on to long control.
Just trying to slide up silently. Here's the peek from Max. Insta headshot to Serato. And he's doing a good job of dodging the follow-up. Oh, he gets it. The second's right there.
Yeah, he's going fishing. He's catching everything.
Now it's man advantage. They can just continue to lean back on the catwalk. Fallen's down to half health. Guaso's dead. Yuri finally gets his. Remember, Max low from the get-go, but DGT with cover. And all that time, Fallen can't get into the action. It is Max to stand tall on that bomb site and rebound right back with another round win.
That's an enormous shout out for Max to deny. He knows exactly where they're coming from. He sees it. The one round that they were successful in, he tries to counteract that. It's been a smile on his face today. And he said, every time I show up to a big event like this, I just try to enjoy it. I have a daughter at home. I've got no time to waste. And it mirrors what Dupree said on the desk when he wishes when he was a younger player, he had the same attitude of being present. Max wise beyond his years. 8-1-9Z. It's not too late. It's never too late for FURIA, but they still have to prove that they can do it. 9Z have already stared death in the face at this event, and I know they're not taking any rounds for granted either.
But now not
Magic
only
said after that Spirit game, he said, I feel like I lost all 3 maps. And then 9Z went on to play Aurora got stomped. They were in their heads, but they got to face it.
yes.
FURIA haven't faced adversity.
Again!
Mayern, he's got a magnet on this gun. He's hit them every single time through that door.
Luchov gonna capitalize on the momentum with the Waso trade right behind him. Spray goes a little wild, and that's a way to get this edge right back in hand. But they know they've got him in the pit, so they try to keep the pressure up. MP9 swing here from Yakindar. Now we're fighting fire with fire, and FURIA ferocious.
Oh, all 5 dead.
On top of it, they will jump onto that chance, that opportunity to just get messy. Not letting these rounds slow down, not letting the squeeze come up catwalk, but throwing themselves into the duels they know they could find, and in this chance, win.
Absolutely pivotal moment for FURIA because they win on a half buy. They have some money after their full buy. They'll get an up in play. 9Z did not want to let this one go of all of them. And a chance, Fallen knows it, a chance to get back into this half.
Molodoy is not shy about that op positioning, lets 2 bullets fly.
They've already lost this CT side badly, but they know that. On stage here, it's going to be more mental than anything. Anything the numbers will tell you about Dust2 in this head-to-head. But they need something to leverage. They need a few rounds this half.
Because a few rounds can make a world of difference if that's what starts to burrow into your opponent's minds. One of the things that we saw with 9Z and their inability to close versus Spirit was 2 maps with a huge advantage, substantial chances to close out that series, and still they failed.
Double upper tunnels push is perfect. No one's here. But with 2 here, Molodoy in the window, it's the riflers that have to leave. And they're coming in kind of slowly over towards A.
Kindar nade out right now alone.
They're coming in way too slowly. There was a chance 9Z went on this.
Still concerned about those mid doors, now just reclaiming a bit of vision.
They're still not crossing the door. They need to get some movement.
Cautious as now that catwalk smoke goes up. Serado's not going to hide this. Comes running over. Flashbangs from long from Fallen. Yakindar peeks in. Great cover out of Mayern. But you did blind the riflers. It at least caused a tempo shift. But now as they've recovered vision, Max is recovering space. Spray down through the smoke with a fire right in front of it. It is yet another moment where 9Z take control on their terms, and they do so convincingly.
They're winning the tempo game. They got up on Cat. They came forward. They started organizing their exec, which was pretty... It had a lot of utility involved, so they took a second to do it. While they were doing so, FURIA were ruminating on the idea that maybe this ends up being a cancel into a mid-B split they were hoping. With Molodoy still up in the window, Serato ready to start to swing. but no commitment, no early rotation. FURIA not ahead once again. They need to be way ahead of these rotations. They need to be in control of what the T's are doing. But it's Max who is in control. A domineering performance on this T side. The 2 rounds FURIA have won is the clash at long on a low buy and the retake. Not a single time have they been in total control of a round. One off a tactic or anything.
Yeah, they'll shift it up for the final round. Double op setup.
Nice shot.
Fallen blind with that secondary op. His 3rd kill of the half. Leans back and foregoes the door control. The 9Z have played 1 round really with a trick up their sleeve. Other than that, it's been straightforward hits. So here we'll go with the commitment out through long.
That's a perfect block. They'll have lines, but 9Z aren't coming yet.
Okay. This time they will play games.
They tried all this very early into the round. 9Z have options, but this time FURIA are way more awake. They've started to breach the T map control. Molodoy can see all of mid. They have Yuri inside of tunnels. This is more of a map that we were expecting to see, but Yuri's got a lot of guys coming.
Man, he's going to have his hands full. Luchov first. There's a bit of distance between him and the next one. That gives Yuri a good chance and a multi-frag, so good on him to get the double.
And now everyone can come. They got an early warning system.
Oh, yeah. Big sprints in. Mayer posted and popped. And as Wasso's been taken low, they'll find that. The 3rd round secured by FURIA. It is mincemeat for the most part. 9Z, what an outing in the first half of this quarterfinal. measly 3-round defense out of the side of FURIA on Dust2. And with those 3 rounds, they will look to take over to the attack and turn things around. With Mayern being as hot-handed as he is coming into this first half, I think expectations exceeded and then some.
It was insane. I mean, how clean that he was picking the cross on his T side. You know, the overall T side from 9Z was A+. Everything was great, exactly where they played their best CS. Even though they haven't won every Dust2 game, their peak on it, it's all on display. Mayern standing up to the pressure. FURIA, on the other hand, that was only 10% of what they can give us. They know they need to rise to the occasion. They at least pick up a round at the end of the first half. But they're going to be chewing on granite to be able to bring this back. 9Z take to the easier side now.
Station 2 players in long doors swiftly. Shadow advantage is going to give Wasso a chance. And he'll chase down Yakindar for the kill. Molodoy, good rebuttal. Flashbang into the cat activation. Mayern pops the support system and knows he's got Caserado still stuck in this corner. Dodges the flash, knows there's assistance inbound, but he opts to stick around there.
They know someone was flashing here. They've got DGT on long too. Do they want to run it up now? Pizza, Molly's coming. Max will have to move.
Oh, he's got to dive and he doesn't get out of the position. Fallen catching kills here. It is both for Fallen in that chase into the A-bomb site, trying to siege an opportunity, trying to have a grasp on this game after a free fall in the first half. FURIA will respond with a T-side pistol win.
Excellent kills out of Fallen. I mean, let's make it a real match now. A chance for FURIA. Let's see if they can start out as cleanly as 9Z did on their conversions. We're going through the checklist of things we need to see. We got molodoy hitting a great shot on long. Fallen bringing up his score.
Let's go. Pistol, 95, 96. One round, retire the game. Pistol and
let's fucking go. We have a fucking insane T side. Good effort on getting those 3. Now it's focus T. Let's fucking go. Let's go, boys.
You'll always hear that teams want the T side map agnostic to make comeback happen, because that's where you can condition, that's where you can build up, slowly control the tempo, which you can't do on CT side.
I like Sid's point there where he says good focus to at least just get 3 rounds there, and they did, right? You trickle through with 2 of the last 3 rounds of the half.
And Fallen also mentions how easily off a pistol they can even up. Kinder gets a spot. But already I like it from 9Z. As soon as they want to try anything outside into mid, it's denied. And this is with a lean towards A. Already. Luchov waiting for this.
5-7 in hand and no support whatsoever. This is all him in middle. Oh, instant with the first one. That's looking good until Wasso gets overwhelmed by Fallen. They don't have a nade to pop this open, so it's a Hail Mary spray from DGT with no beat defense whatsoever. That is FURIA to tiptoe their way to a 5th round win.
And they get to put all their puzzle pieces together. They make a great call, just like 9Z did on their T side. Path of least resistance, mid B out. No help from the A guys. They're not there in time. It's perfect from FURIA.
Still a scary sign. You get the insta 5-7 kill. You get a solid scout shot. There was no point in that first half where we looked at a piece of 9Z and said, oh, mechanical failure. Oh, individual fall off. Not yet. That is going to take many more rounds for FURIA before I think 9Z start to crumble in that regard.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're replicating what 9Z did, because I think FURIA came in clammy. I think they came in cold. They didn't really show what they can do. But as far as getting the round together, the call overall, the macro of it, I think they'll be quite happy. And even here, they've only lost 1. Fallen survives that bomb on 1 health.
Calculated.
Recycling what's left from last round. Lindsay will not look to invest.
Their game plan round 15 hinges on this single MP7. Hoping they've got a heroic moment. We've got a flash, though, to set this up. Luchov going to try to take the... Oh, no, excuse me, smoke. They're getting molodoy to bite. Do they think someone will come through? Because off that flash, he will. Molodoy commits to it. DGT one and done. So again, just looking to get that SMG into the activation. They do so. They kill molodoy, and that's it. You leave the bomb in the doorway, you'll go and recover that. You've got a minute to just get through a USP and 5-7 on opposite sides of the map. Chance to catch your breath really here if you are FURIA, and this is exactly what they said in that halftime listen-in. Guys, good focus to get those 3 rounds. Now win pistol, 9-6, and then we play our game. Here we are.
Yeah, it's a moment for Fallen to go, are we gonna win this round, guys? Because then we can start talking about the real calls versus the real setups. But that part of the job is done, and again, looking very successful. 1 death again. And FURIA suddenly, even though they start slow, know they can bring this back. Thing is, for 9Z, we saw a masterclass first half. We saw not enough for FURIA. They split pistols, that's great, but it's 9Z's CT setups that I think some of the best, especially towards Cat. Great tag here from molodoy, though. Almost knocks down a whole nade set and a player in 1 shot.
We've seen 9Z's inability to close Dust2 versus Spirit, once leading 11-6 in that map, and it still was not enough. Here they are versus FURIA, 2 rounds short of that quota, and still watching their opponents claw back.
First rifle of the second half.
Can Mayern tap into the ability he showed us on the attack, because those doors had his name stamped across them? Hell, not even the doors, just the gap. The one that molodoy currently has the op positioned within, but smoked off at a minute. And we're getting all this utility coming out of 9Z. Fire to the catwalk, smoke into the doorway. Check the nades they have left here. Luchov with an incendiary, and that's it.
They're forcing them just to go for their exec now because they're failing to get that rotation. The info's getting denied inside of middle. They're going to have to commit through something without knowing everything.
So a lot of attention out towards this mid crossfire, though. DGT currently with a nade in hand. If he throws it to catwalk, he won't be able to help out in mid.
Wasso Peak is about to flank this molodoy, coming in to look behind him, but has to turn around. Time is low. They fought really well to earn this opportunity.
And now the crunch. Middle holds. Max slams the door shut. Quasso's flank delivers a second. And it is only Yakindar who has still slipped this net with 20 seconds. Can't respond. 9Z sat back just enough.
I'm sorry, but this round is exactly how FURIA needed to start the game. This is activity inside of middle. This is denying every little bit of map control that 9Z are looking for. That FURIA are looking for. The Wasso Peak flank is a given at that timing. Even though molodoy's game sense is telling him to watch that flank at 36 seconds, he also has to help the exec and hope that they aren't pushing. That's not going to happen today versus 9Z. They're showing they're playing well in both halves.
First gun round's theirs.
It's on FURIA to find a gap. Z can't come into this game and give them lessons about how to play CS. FURIA touched top 1 last year. They're the ones with trophies. They're the ones with all the experience. Max looks up to Fallen. But 9Z are the ones playing better right now, straight up.
And it's 9Z that took this pause that just ended. Giving Bit a chance to have a word. Opt for molodoy on the cross. Unable to find any value out of it as we go 3 players to long immediately here for 9Z. Just starting the round off in the chance that FURIA decide to try to blow those doors off the hinges.
It's very difficult to push a team into time trouble on this map. 9Z successfully did that by playing on... Oh, dink to the top of mid. This is the kind of pressure that pays off later on. FURIA's money's low. DGT looking to time his HEs. FURIA aren't ready to do anything quite yet.
There's plenty more utility where those ones come from. Just joggling it over to the ramp. I see 3 frag grenades already, plus an incendiary extra.
They're waiting for the exact, I mean, they're not even trying to punish the default that might turn into a mid-B. They're ready for an A play.
Gotta be
right
careful
about
that
it,
this
too.
doesn't get popped, but Luchov playing
On
the
pass.
Yep. Double molly execute comes out from FURIA. They're about to let those nades fly, and DGT's just going to answer with utility of his own. It's a barrage. It is a bloodbath. There is no successful entry here for FURIA. The smoke soon to fade as they fade out of this assault. Only until molodoy connects with one on the op. And Yakindar, yes, he's emerged from long, but he's got to get this going. It's molodoy with a second. Yakindar still so cautious. We hit 15 seconds, and that bomb's still yet to cross. Wasso now found out. Yakindar, oh damn, nearly drops the ball. Another nade. This one for Yuri, and it barely chips away at him, so it will be a healthy man advantage with eyes on the cross for FURIA to somehow have reclaimed control of that site.
And they were able to pause, and that's what they needed.
Heroic moment from molodoy. In the middle of that messiness, the perfect call to answer via utility, and he lands both these shots.
Yeah, absolutely. Clutch out of molodoy. That's very scary, though, all those bits of utility moving into the right spot before the cat exec even started.
Game plan fantastic.
Yeah, it's still worrying. It's still worrying. But it's a round on the board for FURIA. And when you're playing against a team that's really good, sometimes you got to win those losing situations.
Let's go, guys. Stay on the game. Stay on the game. Only one go around. Let's get more. That's right. That's what.
It's not just Cologne. It's not just a major. It's a Cologne major, and everyone can feel it.
I love this press, though. 9Z again get active. There's just no hesitation from this team. And Yakindar's util usage serves as an invitation. They'll swing, and he finds the headshot a little quicker than his last duel in the previous round. Mayern's on the fallback. molodoy will not let DGT escape. That two-man forward mid-play costs 9Z bodies.
It's an excellent pickoff. They've covered everything. And now they have the right to chill a little bit. They can start to stage whatever attack they want to. See if another push happens. See if someone's thirsty for a frag. Oh, don't walk into that. Ooh. That's dangerous. Mayern, a stick. Perfect shot.
Now versus molodoy. Two duels picked up, man advantage earned.
Just the right amount of mayonnaise, and here comes Max.
Activity. Max onto the flank, caught out by Yuri. At least his headshot's swift. You're gonna know Mayern's got that op over towards the A site, and you know damn well Wasso's off somewhere towards B. What's your move, Yuri?
One player with a positive KD here on FURIA, looking for the 1-on-2.
Interesting pathing. Ooh. Through the smoke, he runs the risk and encroaching ever closer. If Mayern can't hold his nerve, if he gets caught off by this unexpected proximity out of Yuri, then the bomb plant's gonna go uncontested, and sure enough, he hits the headshot.
He's found it, the routing's perfect. He gets that plant down, he's got a molly.
The amount of clutches Yuri has won in 2026 is a statistical anomaly. And in a year where we have seen his individual level taper off to that of which was a driving force in 2025, now is a hell of a time for Yuri to try to end this.
And he's playing a catch-all position. Wasso's coming in, expecting to clear this. Yuri's just got to hit the great shot.
Oh, does he expect it? Does he start to consider it? Crosshair in the right spot, it's a half-ass clear! Wasso doesn't peek, and instead Yuri sticks the landing, 1v3.
What a moment for Yuri. Comes away with the op, the clutch, and makes it a 2-round game. What a thing to do on stage.
The first clutch of this quarterfinals. Could not come any more critical moment. With those frags, Yuri takes over as the top performing player on FURIA right now.
Another full control situation for 9Z, but another one that FURIA bring back. And Sid's coming in to say, okay, we've got all this pop-off potential. That's excellent, but let's start taking control of things with our game plan. We should also have that to our advantage. 9-0 are now in a moment where they realize counting up the rounds they should have won. The half buy, that clash at long, this clutch. This game could have been over. How many more moments are they going to be gifted?
Battle of the Oppers in round 19 could be found. Smoke to the doorway and then a second. DGT flash for the challenge. Oh, perfect jump.
They flashed him, they smoked him molly. They see nothing else inside of middle as well.
There have been few rounds in this second half where 9Z do not try to take an initiative. We've seen it cost them with the double up towards top mid, this time 5v4 earns.
Very strong cat setups. Last time they walked right into this. They're gonna test his metal again.
No difference, and it's supported by a duo of riflers right in front of it. Luchov gets his, falls back, DGT sticks around, and a 2 versus 5 seems unthinkable.
Molodoy drops the bomb. He wants to take action. Some way, 2 on 5, but still a minute up.
That constant looming threat of Wasso peek towards long, yeah, Yuri feels preoccupied to hold it.
They're still a little bit weak towards me, but bomb's not gotten picked up yet. This could potentially be a long save. And it will be, it looks like, for FURIA. They will simply give up in 11th round.
Wasso gets active, finds himself slain.
30 seconds.
And, yeah, no, it's still gone.
Not even trying.
But good to know that your intuition of holding those long doors is constant. Wasso couldn't help himself. 5v2, goes for it. There was value in trying to cancel out the Yuri Molodoy save. But it looks like 9Z content to just let them have these 2 rifles in the next one.
You're never going to have to police 9Z on how active they're being. There hasn't been a round that hasn't had the right amount of activity. Again, another full control situation. This time it actually gets converted. 9Z closer to that finish line.
And it's such a classic conversation in Counter-Strike that you can play this kind of Counter-Strike, this aggressive, confident, active, mobile CT side, and then you hit the big stage and the nerves creep in and the confidence dwindles. And suddenly you're not making those moves that can make or break big moments. But tonight, 9Z have. Not looking to let another stage game escape them.
Well, the streak will continue for one of these teams in the wrong direction. There's only one winner tonight, and it feels like FURIA are painfully aware of that.
Love this setup. 2 best riflers on 9Z sitting right in front.
They're also not flashing it. I mean, the first time they ran into it, sure.
Molodoy back to the mid play. Only 1 cross. There's a weakness towards this B site, and Bomb's heading that way. 3 players strong in the tunnels. It takes a second, but Luchov joins forces alongside Max. And K-Serato's already through. Ooh, they're limit testing now. FURIA starting to get ahead of some of these timings.
Yep, there is a chance.
This is one of the most empty mid plays we've had from 9Z CT side, but it's also some of the most utility we've seen FURIA throw on this cat approach.
Not re-smoking middle, so I think FURIA know they have a chance. Nade will come out.
Yep, it's gonna pop it open. Pistols in front, easy. Chew through the 2 of those. And now the 3 rifles will have to try and answer, but now you've got a ton of bodies here in the CT spawn. And as they layer up, Bomb has been dropped in the middle of all that because the pistol players pushed past. And if these smokes fade, there is no chance that you can reclaim this. Molodoy weakened even further still, but oh, Wasso could have gotten caught as that smoke fade. Lucky to be alive.
That would have been nice. They still haven't dealt with either player. B Max already pushing the tunnels.
Constant on the back line, R9Z.
He knows how to do the finishing move. Like when there's time on his side, like he's the one taking the map control.
And Molodoy's so concerned about flank that they're not worried about lower tunnels. Not this close. Oh, at least he won't get away with the escape. That's what's in Yuri's mind. Another late round moment here for Yuri to try to get impact, but remember, still no bomb.
Yeah, I mean,
this is just a fadeaway, walk-away moment from FURIA. 9Z are about to secure their 12.
We'll see if they can even walk away. Yuri's going to walk right into his death. One of the two players who saved last round. That investment wasn't great, was it? Something. Oh, that's something awful. Molodoy has to be the hero this next round or it's over. They bought behind those two guns saved. There is no op multi or double entry to work with. Perfect support from 9Z on this CT side.
That's getting one back through the CT smoke, but nobody peeled off of that B-bomb site. And the three remaining members of FURIA just don't have the gas. Oh, there's a wall bang at least on Luchov for FURIA to try to hang on with. We saw what two pistols turned into previous round. Well, now you've just got quadruple Tech-9s around this op.
Last round we did see them playing a bit more free when they didn't have that much coming into it. It felt like the right energy. Double flash getting ready here for Waso Peak. And he's putting himself in a position to spam blind, actually.
Crosshairs in the perfect place. We'll see what comes up. Flash hits. He doesn't shoot immediately. And that's going to leave Yakindar with a chance, not only for the kill, but the upgrade. You put an AK in Yakindar's hands, you give FURIA just a slightly larger chance. Molodoy versus Mayern in a moment. Flashbangs, yeah, not only hits him, but they confirm he's stuck behind this car. At a minute, though, there is still map control everywhere else for FURIA.
Molodoy making sure Mayern hasn't left. Can't be certain about it.
Can 9Z keep up these ambitious moves? It's a quick peek into the cat play. It's a firebomb that gives them a path. It's DGT maybe ahead of what FURIA may expect.
Oh.
Sure enough, Yakindar's down. Oh, but a good Tech-9 answer back by Yuri. Mayern's still locked into this position. It's going to have to be Luchov tagged through the doors at the start of the round to try and keep off this cat pressure. Three players in their attempt to push through.
Mayern doesn't have to worry about long. Molodoy can't scale on him either.
20 seconds.
Oh, shots
Mayern
missed.
Shot, recovers. Now Molodoy's got his. 15 to the clock. Quesarado open road, but there's a fast flank in behind him.
Here comes Max, never stopping.
Oh, but the cover, it's offered up from the site. Now bomb planted. Max looking to close this. And as he finds the headshot to Quesarado,
he's diving in.
Nerve-stricken Molodoy on the other side, whiffs again, and Max will stick the landing. 9Z do not waste their chance to strike first. Quarterfinals, map 1 secured.
To be here.
Played their game and then some. Back on Dust2. Let's see what they've got in store for us on Mirage. 9Z to the CT side to start it. Molodoy head tuck, P250. Ooh, missed chances. Had a first kill. Waso Peak confirms lower tunnels. We've got Mayern just trying to keep himself alive here. Support system looks good. Where there's one, there's more. That's the case with 9Z.
Uh-oh, that's scary already, man.
Sure, Fallen, you can take over the A site. Sure, Yuri, you can take B. But what you don't have is the bomb. That belongs to Mayern.
How are you going to make this connection? Luchov. He's in safety. He can get information. Will he leave a gap big enough that Fallen can take advantage? That's the question. There are police everywhere.
It is just instant.
There's no punish pick in this series, Connor. Mirage at the bottom of the map pool by the numbers here for 9Z.
There's one. Hold your horses. We've got low HP Mayern. We've got half HP Max.
Surely not another clutch for Yuri.
Look at that dink. Now DGT's down low. Ooh.
All they have to do is kill time until he can't get that bomb back. Will they be too nervous?
Tunnels player's gonna have to go really wide to get this angle. Yuri's halfway. He could dodge this threat behind him, but he's got to move. And now he's got another 1v1 locked in. He doubles back.
And Max makes the brave move of getting back up connector. Will Yuri clear it?
He's gonna run in. Max to the left side, Yuri. Oh, he's got the three! Show us your teeth! Come on, Yuri, bite deep! Mayern moves fast in, 12 health. Yuri, this is just so instrumental. 9Z thought they had this in the bag. Yuri confirms. How are you gonna move this forward, Mayern? You've got a flash, but don't you dare pull that out. It's gonna have to be the surgical headshot, 4th kill on a silver platter.
They get together!
Lo and behold! FURIA strike first!
The one they can count on to clutch. Does it again. One-ups himself on Mirage. A wholly impossible situation.
Sectioned off piece by piece. A chance for Mayern, but the health advantage too much, and it's Yuri. We saw it back in the first map. Just a glimpse of his clutch ability. We thought maybe that could get FURIA's game going. Well, how about starting a map with that instead? There is no mountain of 9Z rounds that you were meant to surpass. But there is a looming threat here in the second round of Mirage that a force buy could rebound right back. Fallen sees the sandwich drop.
This keeps coming for you. Oh no, he's gonna start shooting. Max
Lutov got Fallen.
Yeah, he gets that kill. Oh, it's all for naught. It doesn't matter if they can't pull out the second round.
Max now hands to the Galil. Yakindar's gonna wait for that bomb to arrive.
Mayern's calling for help, right? No, sorry. Mayern's going to window. Max isn't calling for help. He'll fall back.
MP7 doesn't instantly jump. Now that double market rotation comes in. 9Z's bodies are throwing themselves to the B side as Max just keeps his head down low. And there's the MP7 kill for Yakindar. 2v5 clawback is what's demanded of them. 50 to the clock. There's the second. Molodoy's now on the scene. And with Yakindar putting fire to the feet, Molodoy pinched off from the catwalk, and they get it. 9Z force buy right back.
They null the clutch. They null it entirely. For the mental, 9Z would replay this situation the exact same way if they knew that they denied the conversion. Nothing feels better than that for them. Nothing feels worse for FURIA.
Trying to buy back themselves instantly.
Are the lights too bright? HEs come cascading into the A sides. The right side smokes come out. They look to make it a second tier exec to draw out any incendiaries if the CTs have them. They stay wide awake in mid with 2 on the A site. It's still a good looking setup from the CT side.
Double smoke, well timed.
Oh, smoke to Palace and A ramp.
Oh yeah. Daunting effort now for FURIA to get through. And 9Z are gonna know they'll be desperate to try and puncture. And so a Desert Eagle kill for Molodoy is all they've received. Wasso Pete's got the cover good. Mayern hard commitment. Caserado fighting. It'll be majority standing at the end of round 3 as 9Z pull ahead.
Can we talk about how ready 9Z are for every single move FURIA are making? Back on Dust2, here on Mirage. Again, as I was trying to say during the Yuri clutch, that shouldn't have happened. From the bottom of their map pool, here is Mirage. They've lost 3 out of 4 games. But one of those losses is to Spirit in overtime. The game they won was against Vitality. They fixed up the place just in time for the Major.
Oh. You can think about that frag grenade for the little that this round will last. Quick kills inside of the A site. Your clocks mean nothing to a 9Z rolling forward with now what is massive momentum. The gun rounds will keep on coming. The tests will be thrown their way. But you're painting a beautiful picture about a 9Z that can do this.
They have incredible, they just have incredible rotations. They have the whole spirit of Latin America in their gameplay. They still bring it FURIA are, you know, a Frankenstein team in terms of the styles they bring in, and they have a personality, absolutely, but 9Z are more pure in terms of what we are used to seeing. Those original South American lineups. They bring the ferocity to their CT sides.
Bro, Yakindar fast in through the fire, and it's a molodoy first blood.
Oh, this works out.
And that ambition down through underpass, well worth it for the 5v3. Max once again looks to just skate by this threat. Now, bomb is deep inside apartments, so there's a little hesitation. And within that timing, Max strikes one down.
Oh,
and then,
oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Round still live, bomb's picked up. Max making a move off of the catwalk.
At least the bomb isn't on Queserado over there. They have to try to refocus. There's a chance to take him out. Mayor not watching this.
Yep, good trades. Huaso from the bottom of connector, and molodoy low health with that Galil top mid. Never really had a chance to get active. He gives it a pause, and he'll try to use the element of surprise to win this 1v2. Oh, but the trade's good. The numbers make a difference. Max goes up 5-2 with a 3K and puts 9Z comfortably leading 4-1.
Yeah, at the pause and start this out. Queserado's game crashed at a moment where Max takes one out, and he's up there in B apps.
It's a tough thing to stomach. It's sure as hell not the venue you want to deal with this, and yet professionals they are. Whew. I've got to say, Cologne, it's been 10 years I've done this job. It is Launders and I's first time having the privilege of casting in this cathedral, and from where I'm standing up here in the rafters, this room is beautiful.
Yeah, it's all that.
It's an honor to be here with you guys tonight. You're in for a treat with Counter-Strike all weekend long.
An imposing presence from the upper deck in this arena.
And yet somehow, it doesn't shake 9Z.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And they had every right to, and if they did, it would be the least surprising thing. Even Magic said, you know, they play insane, but we'll just have to see if the crowd affects them. Still waiting on that. There were a lot of FURIA fans here, naturally. But I think 9Z will start to win some back. They keep playing like this.
Stuffed. No contest with the Tech 9 up catwalk, and Huaso just banking on his teammate. I love the confidence. Let these pistols try their damnedest. It's a rock-solid defense across the board. Not one death on the side of 9Z so far.
FURIA continuing to get pieced up. Obviously, an unfortunate disconnect. Outside of that, though, it's been the slow starts. Domineering CT sides again. Just have to talk about how good they are making connections. Tell me about a round where they didn't know where FURIA were going. I can't even think of a single round in this series where they weren't aware of what FURIA were going to do next. Genuinely. And in the vast majority of rounds that FURIA won back on Dust2, 9Z still knew what they were doing. They just clutched up. They just battled through a lot of CTs. The rubber is meeting the road here for 9Z. The flowers are being handed out. And Max has said it. They're trying to garner the respect of the Tier 1 teams that they feel that they can compete against.
Fight for Fallen lost. Luchov, hands on him. Another duel just over the edge of it. And you've got molodoy low health on the answer, trying to get Yakindar into this mix. As Huaso Peak turns his back, that's a safety net for middle momentarily. Mayern going wide out through A site. He knows Yuri's locked in. This will be a high pressure shot in a moment. But that moment seemingly fleeting. Yuri killed while Mayern's blind. We get the walkout from the ramp, confirming the attack. as molodoy's low HP will remain a liability, and yet Mayern still just gives him a little more space, a little more time.
He was holding just wide enough to be able to hit that. The lamp flash is perfect, but Yakinder has a lead. Flash comes out of the A ramp, rotations coming around, CTs are slow to be. There's a chance for FURIA to pick this up. There's a real chance. FURIA come into this beaten and bruised, and they may not believe that they could find an empty site because they have not been able to find them versus this team. But here it is, the opportunities granted, a 3-on-2 retake, but they have the site.
Walking at the perfect moment, molodoy, with Luchov going top middle. Look how much he fell for this. And so a smoke grenade offered up for Yakinder.
Max has an HE, watch out for this.
Yakindar's got to stuff this side of the retake. Remember molodoy's low HP, you'd think you can't bank on this.
Are they both jumping cat? Nope.
Mayern's not. Max slick move, but by the time they arrive, not wanting to deal with the smoke, instead they've got fire in front of them. There's a kid on Max, there's a kid on Mayern.
And there's a smoke on Luchov.
He's trying to arrive from the apartments. Yakinder just picks up the first duel. There goes that low health of molodoy.
They can dive it.
They're gonna try to get, hands on, and Mayern just slips by.
I don't think there's enough time here.
Oh, it's really close, but they miss it. Timing on the side of FURIA, they'll sweep away those last two 9Z members. A hard-fought second round, and one with a massive price tag.
Hit those cat jumps. Mayern by a hair. Can't get on that bomb in time. Oh, and he saw that shadow creep in, readied the shot. But a moment here for FURIA, and again, I feel like they're almost scared at the thought they believe they have an empty site. But they get it. They win another disadvantaged situations at 2 of the rounds they've got so far.
If there's a world where FURIA are going to fight in this quarterfinal, then a 3 versus 5 like that, sprinkled in at this moment, could wind up being key.
Getting a full change here of Caserato's PC.
Can you believe Mayern's form again? You know, you mentioned it at the start of this series. You said you go back to the Vitality game. Great, one good map, but only usually one good map in a series. 9-4 at the moment with impact on that A site.
That's what I was so curious about. You know, Mayern's just it's an aberration for that reason. That's what we talk about the stage players. He wasn't part of this 9Z lineup the last 2 times they had an opportunity at a major. They saw something in him. It's very impressive for Mayern. I think there'll be a lot of praise for him after this.
It's important to see that evolution as well from somebody on 9Z's camp, because we go back to Dust2. You know, the real driving force of this team, the story of their run into playoffs was very much about Luchov's entry ability and then DGT being that secondary rifle right behind him. 2 strong riflers in different roles that drive 9Z to top 8 at a major. That was not a part of Dust2. He had 2 opening frags. And now we go over to Mirage. We've played far less rounds, 7 rounds into this. He's already got more entries this map than he did in the previous from the CT side.
Wow.
But his opening duels are now coming Luchov's way, which goes to tell you maybe this 9Z second map, even with Mayern at the top of the scoreboard, can bank on what has reliably won them games before.
I'll tell you right now, it's communication that's holding FURIA back. What they brought to this major in the last stage showed us, in my opinion, that they're back to the top. They actually had insane game plans. They were not a question coming out of that last stage. They had everything. What we're seeing here is just, they're just not bringing it in, or when they are, it's just too late. Obviously now they're going up against it all. A lot of fans out here for molodoy.
Fans in both Kazakhstan and Brazil.
Even Canada, Connor.
Even Canada. The ESL player profile with Molodoy came out this event. We take a deep dive into his journey, his just single-handed decision-making to leave behind everything he knew to chase a dream of Counter-Strike, one that he said relates to Fallen because they played both in cyber cafes. And the interesting thing is we go, you know, cyber cafes in 2026, it's not every country that's your journey in, and yet for Kazakhstan, it remains that way. And so Molodoy and FURIA and Fallen find that commonality. Their first tournaments for no money. Fallen said he's been thinking about having children and the thought of being a father since bringing Molodoy into this roster.
Going into that relationship, it's clearly very special. Molodoy saying, maybe I'm not, there is no Molodoy, if not for Fallen.
And now the two of them have to dig real deep in this moment. It's a 9Z tactical timeout to try to keep their hands on control of this game.
We'll see if the time to think helps. We've got a full Galil buy here for FURIA, which is not comfortable at all. You're going up against a fully stocked 9Z. They've been using their utility very well. Man. All Galils, all utility. What's the master plan here, FURIA? Looking like it could be a fast connector split. They're up the ramp, instant op shot, and one's dead.
Oh, good position from Caserado. Fast move by Molodoy, and it's gonna come up 9Z in spades.
DGT with 2.
Caserado finally has a chance to catch you off with that forward Galil on catwalk. Well, now what about his recovery?
It's insane off of that pause. They took attack after the tech, and they instantly are able to respond to FURIA calling a fast game plan. All those Galils are gone. All the money gone.
Great placed incendiary, and there's no support here for Max. Oh no.
Wait.
Doesn't spread wide enough. You'd think no world Caserado considers this, and he's got a minute to try to work together the clutch. He'll give up the audio cue, flash comes over. Never would you suspect this, and so totally blindsided by Max, who gets away with it.
Yeah.
Fireproof inside of the windowsill, 9Z up 6-2.
Yeah, and he had the thought to get that molly out too. Another unfortunate moment here for Caserado. This half is not beyond reproach for FURIA once again. They know it, they've been here before. They didn't get that early scare like 9Z, which I feel like has added so much resilience to them. Otherwise, if not for that Spirit game, I feel like what happened when they played against Aurora could have been happening right here in the quarters.
This round it really felt like momentarily it had legs, but you know, it's in these messy moments that sometimes you see the explosive rifle abilities of 9Z across the board. You're not just banking on one guy to drop that 3K.
And that was playing rounds at home. You know, that's the style of play that they're used to.
It's a shared responsibility they wear well, and one that right now has got FURIA against the ropes. We get the Yakindar AK hero buy this time, and sure enough, down in the first duel.
They take top mid control, get denied at the bottom. And Wasso, though, smart move already. They've got a ramp smoke, smoking off connector. It's like they know what's happening every single time. And with Wasso in this position, Mayern has open lines towards connector. FURIA are going to have to get extra creative here. This is all about freeing Mayern up. Almost fully pushed on both sides of the map, but at that point, you can get too spread out.
Okay, Fallen emerges to the correct side.
Yeah, and Mayern will be fighting by himself for now. Wasso's coming around the ramp.
Flashbang's gonna let him know it's inbound, and luckily for Mayern, he's allowed to just stick on this line, but he misses his shot. It's Beretta's out. A flood of FURIA players take to this A site, and now there'll be no question about this bomb plant either. No contest offered up.
Yeah, and they're worried about the right things. They plant default. They know that they haven't killed the second player on A.
You put the op in Molodoy's hands, and Wasso peek arrival out through. Oh, it's instant. And now with that Opera dead, pendulum swings momentarily back 9Z's way. Queserado's position's been found out, and with a quick headshot on Max, he gets his revenge inside that window. DGT, though, still trying to push this retake forward. We're talking about kits on the side of 9Z, but with flashes up and over, Yuri's gonna go for the swing. Oh, and he misses his chance. Oh, it's down to the final wire. Queserado's got him cleared.
They got it.
Right on top of it, it's yet again so close. So close. FURIA, given their Hail Mary moments, at least secure their third.
Queserado said, just let me play. Gets that last kill just in time. Keeps this half alive. It's off Tech9's. FURIA win.
Finally a round where they actually get vacant space. No contact until ticket booth. How many times have we watched players die? Top mid, off cat, connector, or stairs? FURIA slipped the net, come out with a fish. Trying to remain slippery from here on out. We get this move from 9Z back out middle to just try to reapply the pressure.
Fallen trying to bring in the audacious plays. A lot more pressure, a lot more active. That's what you love to see. Max down to an MP9. Finally, getting through the money. That's step one. One final real test. And because that's a 1v1, it's expensive for FURIA as well. Fallen yet to frag so far on Mirage. Has a bit of a team though. I mean, Luchov flashes, they're gonna see this. Mollies are coming down, he pulls his gun out. Sun's out.
Also back into cover too. It's a quick attempt out of Urias now. He's just gonna grab the grenades, and we've got Max, MP9 in hand, spotted out by Queserado. Both will swing through, and that B defense does not hang strong. They will at the very least deal with Yuri and do it fast enough that they could still get this line as the bench cross occurs. You know there's one player back there. There's still a good amount of utility here for FURIA to secure a bit of space, but it's numbers advantage 9Z on this retake.
This is actually a difficult decision. If they go for this, they risk all their money. They probably have a better chance next round, but they're 4v3.
They're thinking about it still.
The retakes have been solid.
Flashbang here for Luchov, and that's going to be when they suddenly just burst down through this doorway. Yakindar forced to turn. As he goes back, he gets himself a kill and a half. Fallen there to help him. And now you're fighting up against the disadvantage, and yet Luchov still takes a look. Player over to the bench they'll still know about from the beginning. They spotted that, and the crossback didn't happen. But Mayern gives this up. Hard-fought battle here for FURIA to play catch-up versus 9Z.
Absolute best-case situation here for FURIA. They get 9Z to participate in a very scary situation, but they can't get that one kill towards E-Box. FURIA keep 2 alive. They win the round. They got through the money. There's still an op here on Mayern. But now they've given themselves a real chance. That's Fallen's first kill of the game, and if he doesn't get it, I guarantee you they lose that retake. It's perfect to flash dodge the frag. And the cohesion there in the setup.
That's really a moment, too, where they didn't get the value out of that double ramp push that they were hoping for, right? Queserado dies instantly. Yuri gets a flash off the wall and then dies almost near seconds later.
They're doing what they need to do to get the open sight, which is good.
It was molodoy and Yuri, but still, point remains. You know, 9Z also had to face a FURIA that was clawing back a few rounds in Dust2, but they had a stockpile in the reserves to close out that game. Ample chances. This is FURIA nipping at your heels. 2 rounds away from tying out this half, and you're forced to come into this one with a bye like this. It's guns in the hands of the best performing 9Z players on Mirage.
Mayern makes it up in the ladder room. Again, the good gun to watch in this round. Osso's got an M4. He immediately evacuates his position. Bomb inside of the connector. Oh, the headshot, he survives.
Max's USP up next will finish the job. Unfortunately, can't get damage in the next one, so that'll take the likelihood of Luchov getting anything and throw it out the window. A missed op shot that could have been. Luchov finds a duel here, and it's a great distraction for Wasso. Straight up kill K-Serrato.
And the op is still in CT. They've got to get this bomb back. They need control of everything.
It's on top of stairs, I think. The bomb is stuck.
It was Fallen who was watching it. They'll go ahead and grab it. Now it's got to be a clutch.
Mayern in the middle of all this. Op tries to go over top of Ticket. And when Kindar comes off of this bomb plan, he is still very much stuck behind Triple. There's no trade possibility here, so great damage on Kindar. He wins his duel and puts this one round from a tied up half.
Yeah, this is not just a comeback. It's turning into a good half now for FURIA. They've had to battle through it all to get this chance. Because now they're actually in control of some rounds, which is a huge change of pace. Before, only converting losing situations. Let's see if they can stick the landing. Max doesn't want to regret going for too much information this time. But it's still a FURIA who put him as the apple of their eye. Molodoy, can he punish? Oh, he misses.
Golden chance.
The molly separates them. Can they exec through this?
Fallen loses the duel. Doesn't even get any damage out. Now Luchov versus Yakindar next, and he'll win that one too. Single-handedly holding off towards the ladder. Max perfectly in behind Yuri, slays him with the MP9, and just when it felt like FURIA were gonna have a tied half, it's gonna fall to this 2v5 recovery instead. You've got 3 players layered towards the market. Molodoy strikes one off, and at 100 health in 25 seconds, he's also got this bomb.
He's looking for his moment, but he won't be able to fake plant too many times here.
That's what he wants to deliver. A moment of truth. As he's now got DGT down to 47, his op back up. Oh, but DGT slips by.
He's starting to read this correctly.
Yep, he's got wind of this, an eye for it, and now a chance to react as the first bullets sail right by, scoped in on the hunt. And to the other side goes his opposition. He will stick it to them and tie. 6-all as FURIA find 4 straight.
once again, the first base is a Dren. He's going to hit the ground there. Oh, what a jumping double for Cole! What is going on right now? How does he do this? Cole is saving Luminosity with the all-play.
For the second time in this quarterfinal, FURIA find momentum at the very end of a half. It was not nearly as convincing on Dust2 as it was here on Mirage. 4 straight, 5 of the last 6. A turning in the tide after 9Z stuffed them with that round 2 force buy, and we thought that Yuri's clutch was all in vain. This formula for FURIA on Mirage looks like it could still win, and then it's gloves off on Overpass.
Oh, definitely. It feels like we could get there. FURIA will have to take us there. But they've done what they need to do to lay the foundation for a comeback.
Ótimo, Ralph. Ótimo, Ralph. Vamos aumentar nossa comunicação nos clutch, tá, guys? De proatividade, tá? De onde tá mirando e com calma. Vamos.
If there's any notes for this team, it's got to be those. They've only needed to die the big clutches.
Opening kill, Mayer. Molodoy's got the double. With that, Underpass belongs to FURIA. With that, a CT side berth could bode well. We get a Hail Mary moment here for 9Z as they're just going to look to take control of the A site, and Max will indeed get that bomb down on default.
Yeah, he has one priority. Careful here with these peaks.
Wasso's got a flash to throw up over the ramp, and this is going to force a redirection out of FURIA. We see 2 players layered up for spawn, but Yakindar is also on a ramp flank. There goes that flash. Now they throw that out, and look, check this out. 9Z getting off site.
Dude, this is the right play, but Yakindar coming in on the flank. I mean, this should be the end of it. Wasso maybe takes one with him before he goes.
Remember, bomb is planted default. These connector post plants, they're going to have to stop the cross. Yakindar.
Oh my goodness, no!
No!
Oh, it's all gone wrong! It's all gone wrong! He couldn't find the head. The entire site collapses.
Pressure right back on.
Oh no.
A crouching, oh, I mean, Wasso just.
Oh, it turns into 2 kills there for DGT.
Stomps him out like a bug. So a missed chance in the pistol to pull ahead.
How are we gonna get finals Yakindar if we can't get out of quarters? I'll tell you this much though. If 9Z lost that pistol, I wouldn't rate them at all in the second half compared to FURIA's CT side. I think them winning this pistol only means there's now a chance that 9Z can close the map, but FURIA know it's still gonna be fine, it's just gonna be harder. They'll start with an attempt to try to deny the conversion, just like 9Z did to them.
Oh, look at the damage off a 5-7 shot.
Like
okay,
landing.
Yeah, why not? Listen, you got to dig deep.
Wait, they're letting
this
him out
one.
though. Be careful.
Desert Eagle's ready to roar. You've got low health on 3. They could do this. Falling right back into the action. Oh, Molodoy's decollects. And now it's a couple of Galils, but the bomb at least still controlled. If DGT can open connector, then that bomb could run over to this A site. And sure enough, he gets there, but it's very costly. So do you bank on DGT's 12 health?
This is very tough because you can't get out of connector knowing the cat guys could come over top of you.
So what if he stays B? Nah, yeah, okay, he's lost his teammate. He'll send that flash back in, and Mayern's gonna try to bank on his full HP versus the 2 on site. It is yet again damage from the Deagle, but you've got Fallen right behind you. Mac 10 for the force buy win. FURIA haven't touched the lead since the first round of this game, but they are back in a position to do so.
That's right, they stole it away. Again, just like 9Z did to them in the first half. I'm seeing Molodoy getting locked in for the first time in this game. Way too many misses on Dust2. I don't care how many shots he hit. He wasn't himself. At this event, Yakindar has a fantastic rating. Molodoy has been getting pure volume. And I want to say Yuri's brought them chances now to take the easy route. But just enough time to wake up. it officially gets scary for the first time this series for 9Z. Full strength, FURIA hasn't reared its head, and they know that.
But fleeting control of a game is something we've seen 9Z have to stomach, have to handle, and ultimately, they lose to Spirit in 2 of those situations. On a stage like this, when the pressure's undeniably mounted, you can't let those doubts begin to creep in regardless of FURIA's fight back. You have wounded this animal. Don't be surprised when it lashes out, and right now FURIA do so. With a real advantage here in the 15th round, rifles on their side, a Galil for Luchov. How is he meant to get those oh so important entries? Wide swing lines up, easy damage for molodoy, but the Wasso Peak window challenge almost costs the young Op his head.
Ends up being a team kill.
Dropping utility into the windowsill to try to make it awkward. molodoy just wants to get the hell out of here, and he's got support on the other side of that smoke to do so. Wasso's gonna jump on this, or rather just get the kill. Tries to reload in the cover. That's where Yakindar gets him. We go 4v3, frag grenade's fantastic. Spray control for K-Serrato into the second pistol player, and now that Luchov Galil into the action, but it's all a little too late.
Enter Luchov, someone who we haven't had to discuss. 9Z have been great because of Mayern today. Wasso here on Mirage. But Luchov has been for a lot of people, the reason that 9Z are making this run as spectacular as it has been. Some incredible maps out of this man. And another situation that should be no problem here. 8 seconds, they can run at this. Okay. Let's just make sure no bomb plan happens right there. All good. Game goes to 1 round. They don't get that plan. FURIA have the lead.
Hell of a battle to get here, but they re-secure it. And with the lead should come the freebie. Glocks out. 9Z, this will be nothing more than an act of desperation. And it's nice to see FURIA with their foot on the throat a little. We go back to Dust2. There was this constant lack of activity on a CT side. Why not send molodoy on this expedition with the MAC-10? There was a moment in this quarterfinal where it felt like FURIA weren't going to bring their game to the table. Now you start to feel it. You start to come alive. You start to deal with this very real 9Z challenge tonight. And as you'd expect, the Glock shredded. 9-7, FURIA lead.
molodoy in the positive, Yakindar in the positive. It's looking up here now for FURIA.
Quick change up.
Whoa. We got the part-time opper and the full-time opper working together. Father and son here, both on the double op. The last time they played here at Cologne, Fallen also called in the double op with him and Coldzera.
Great spam, Yakindar, from the window into top middle, and Luchov's dead. No entry afforded to 9Z this time. And even while they trail FURIA, they are still holding on to more successful opening duels than FURIA.
This is a really interesting looking map, and I'd love to see it more creative. We got the ops on mid and B, but kind of both B players at the moment. Fallen banking on walkouts so they can lean a little bit more mobile towards A and have heavy presence at mid at the same time. This is the kind of map that's harder to read. But no one in CT spawn. It's their one sore spot. Yakindar moves into position.
Molotov pops in the middle of the site. Everybody for 9Z out through that ramp.
And they're running out of utility.
Death ball attempt. Flashbang. At least that flash stops the M4s from trying to get the damage on the cross.
Yes, it does.
Wasso Peak jumps and now confirms, gets Yakindar active, who's going to offer a clean headshot to DGT. Molodoy on the scene. You've cut down half of what remained of 9Z, and now it's open lines. That lackluster amount of utility puts them exposed, but still back to the even keel. And now that all that remains in this retake is the double ops, they wait patiently and it pays off. Fallen collects his. Utility soars forward, but with this bomb planted in front of Max, he has to hold his nerve.
Yes. And Max has a daughter at home, and Fallen has a son in the server. And that sun burns bright.
Molodoy's on the angle. Fallen's going to take up responsibility of this defuse. They've got all the tools for the job. Smoke on top of it. Kit for the 5-second stick. Molodoy, a pistol out. He tries to challenge. Max gets the first, but the defuse found. Molodoy sacrifices himself.
They kill the clock. They win the round. And FURIA hit 10.
But again, just another warning sign to FURIA to how much you need to nail down 9Z. That was a flurry of kills out of nowhere, back to make that round suddenly feel alive.
That was the one thing they had to be scared of, having the two ops over towards B that they had to retake together, and they still managed it. Utility in the end, the big difference.
This three-player jumble down bottom middle, just asking to have this nade dunked on their heads, but it's actually a bad bounce from Quesarado. Already thought they would have gotten over to bench. They scale slowly, but they move beyond that damaging util. It's going to be Max's responsibility to climb up. Remember, him, Mayern, and DGT, the ones with
just
guns.
Making so much noise.
Yeah. But will they think that Max is actually in here? Luchov kills Yuri over towards Khan. Quesarado still, yes, very nervous that Max is indeed on this line. Quesarado will take damage.
That's well fought. That's a hard duel for the CTs. Quesarado played it confidently.
Dropping the bomb onto the ground as well, just reconfirming that there's still some sort of presence here. Fallen operating on his own over towards that B site just as Quesarado gets the tail end of the setup.
I like to see FURIA ahead of things, finally.
Luchov trying to run that Tech 9 over towards the ramp. DGT's the bomb here, can't lose it like this. Now Quesarado's gonna sit on top of it, you think. Yakindar, yes, gets that trade back, half health. Luchov tags the Tech 9 and Molodoy over top. FURIA starting to see the finish line on their map pick of Mirage.
Yeah, they're starting to believe, they're starting to look good. They've been through it all. They could have suffered the greatest embarrassment getting 2-0'd here on stage. It looks like they might stave that off. The double op persists. Again, when Fallen played here the last time at Cologne with Coldzera, he had the second op. Now they've got an even better offer to abuse this setup on CT side. Nine-Z for once are the ones who look a little bit confused. Well, maybe not this round. This round's fast.
Yeah, and it's Fallen to eat a flash, trying to capitalize on the blind offer. 5v3. Hyper-aggressive entries come out from 9Z.
Oh, forgive me. What a call.
Why not just change up that tempo? Slam your head into the B site.
Well, the problem that was the problem for the retake on the A site. And now the two players that die first, they run right into them. But if you know where the ops are, you want to full exec into them. You want to use your flashes. You don't want to do contact plays. And FURIA were hoping for more of those. That's what got FURIA the lead, but 9Z learned fast enough.
Instead of trying
maybe
to
fast enough.
Handle Quesarado towards the window, instead of dealing with Molodoy on ticket, they hit that B bomb site hard. Fallen flashed the damn near entire time. They'll vacate the site. 4 players up here for 9Z. And just before FURIA can secure that 12.
This is actually really interesting, because I think this one this is them surviving the nerves a little bit, actually thinking about what to do next, and not just crumbling after seeing that they've given up that second conversion. The call is very pragmatic. They get the op blind inside of B. They're right, this is the weaker site. This is where Fallen came from when they retook that last round. They deal with that problem, but still money here for FURIA. One op coming in now. And the question is, where do 9Z take it next? FURIA have done really well keeping eyes on mid.
Again, it's a flash out through, and DGT's got the entry.
And molodoy misses his shot. He'll get mollied back as well.
Auto tests the bench, and Mayern's cover perfect. Now molodoy, another missed one.
Yeah, it's the full punish.
Fallen will try to find an evacuation route. Let them have that A site. It is a foregone conclusion. Back-to-back electric momentum for 9Z.
Those are not easy shots, but he just needed to hit one. Whoa. That changes things. It's the hard A play. 3 safe for FURIA is not the end of the world. I think they'd be really worried. If they lost majority here, lost grip of that op, they might not see that next round. And actually, even though there's still a little bit of a lead here for FURIA, I feel like there's some pressure alleviated for 9Z. They avoid trying to split it down the middle. It's 2 site execs, a fast B and a fast A. And that's suddenly got FURIA talking. And this opens up the game plan now for 9Z.
And also shakes off that mounting pressure of not being able to win consecutive rounds. Not since the 5th and 6th rounds of this map.
It's just finding where the edge of the cards are now for 9Z. The thing that's really scary is that where do you make your aggressive move next round if you don't know if 9Z are going to move out quickly on either site.
Great cover.
They want to take forward aggressive control inside of middle and hope it's not an early play and then go in for a retake if they have to, but give themselves a big flank chance. 9Z, again, they want to keep the tempo up. They're going back to 2 rounds ago.
Cacerado gets wind of that top mid cross, but he's not able to get the kill on Luchov.
And this one's actually an underpass play. They got Fallen jump spotting and throwing utility. They have kind of established inside of middle, and so a third, a new round here for 9Z. Money's teetering now for FURIA. This is the kind of round you grind out the time and the utility, and you can easily influence FURIA to save.
They've already shown us a willingness to do it in the last round. What would they have if not for the 3 survivors?
And the longer this round goes on, without enough information, they will just fall into a stack.
Battle of the Operas queued up, but molodoy bends the knee.
Yuri watching the ramp for him. Palace is smoked. DGT going to try to torment Yuri. Yuri's going to try to do his best to give molodoy a chance to fight connector.
And Mayern has slowly just taken over these angles, one by one, piece by piece, now waiting for that ticket peak.
I just want to, I don't know if DGT is going to take this risk, but right now Yuri's not necessarily watching for his swing.
Here it comes, molodoy. Oh, just missed it by a second. Bomb confirmed.
That shot.
Max is dead. Luchov scoops up the bomb. Yuri gives that cover over towards the Palace. Still, Luchov will try to entry. 25 seconds on this clock, a third supportive piece. Now from the ticket, molodoy hits the headshot, and this off rock solid from within this site is going to deliver that 12.
That's cold.
5 alive for FURIA, 3 map points.
Perfect play off the setup. Right read on the situation. A new game plan for 9Z. But once they open up that angle from the side of default and he gets the first kill, Yuri swings, takes out DGT, allows molodoy to farm even further.
And that was a molodoy who was being hunted by Mayern. We saw him post up on those mid angles. And what felt like space being afforded over to 9Z is just them playing molodoy's game. But it hinges on him hitting them, which he will, as does Yakindar again with an opening kill out through that mid window. There were moments in this match where it felt like FURIA were never going to find this major form. A recovery was demanded of them, and they have damn near delivered. Hanging on to man advantage here in the 22nd round.
Oh, he walks forward and dies.
Pressing into them.
This could be a curtain call now for 9Z.
It's Mayor or Max to somehow get back this 2v4. Somehow, some way, when at the moment, FURIA's numbers do remain split. It's a freebie on Fallen. And that, you'd think, would draw somebody off of the opposite site where the bomb actually is. There's going to be a critical fight here between Max and Yakindar, and Yakindar's played it far more patiently than Max expects. Bomb down at 45 seconds. And while Mayor May has superseded all expectations in the first map, a clutch in this moment seems damn impossible. How could you imagine him piecing this together? A smoke to maybe get him up the catwalk, but an AK to fluster him from that A site. Oh, okay, maybe something like that.
Oh my goodness.
His second shot, Yakindar presses in. FURIA will not waste this moment. They will continue to attempt to lift this curse.
Finally. Thank goodness we get a chance to see Overpass. FURIA may have overcome their demons. And now we put a microscope to every pistol, every mistake, every punish, and every rotation as 9Z run this out long to get ahead of a very difficult T side.
I love the tempo, gotta be honest. 9Z once again, right back at it. Straight into the furnace. And molodoy's gonna give Mayern something to think about in the backdrop. You've got 3 sets of feet on site though. If 9Z wanted the bomb plant, they've got that at least. Now hang on for dear life.
You have DGT babysitting stairs. There's no one coming up there. Everyone rotating in from CT. They could run into a crossfire, get clotheslined on their way in. That's the dream situation for 9Z.
Look at the bodies though. All these players about to just fly out through that dumpster, and that constant threat as well of the bank push. Fallen's clean with the first one. Drop by Luchov inside the corner. He starts to rack them up. Again, it is explosiveness, but once more, Molodoy from the first kill now. Back into it. Reload needed. Bomb ticks quick, and there's no kit for him to scoop up fast enough. He's got to go.
There's no time.
It's so close, surely.
That thing's going to blow.
Done. A hell of an effort.
It had to be the last bullet before the reload. He couldn't nail him there. And the crossfire is king. They take out Max, but where there's Max, there's Luchov. First kill to FURIA, but a swift bomb plant. And again, every round is gold here for 9Z.
It had to be that shot.
Everybody's looking forward to their CT side on Overpass. Both these teams massively overperform on the defense. The pistol is just the easiest way to take the pressure off of the second half.
Flash in for K-Serrato. P250 versus Blinded People forces the team kill. But luckily there's utility for 9Z as well. On top of that one, they will just cut right through this B defense. Nothing else to hold them back. A Yakindar Heaven USP? I don't think so. And even then we see 9Z play it appropriately, drop their smokes, and make sure that they don't make mistakes. Both of these teams lost to round 2 force buys in the previous map.
Yeah, but if that doesn't happen now, and it doesn't seem like it will. Molodoy pushing in. Chance to see the side. Luchov takes him down. Calm situation now for 9Z.
They gave themselves a very small chance by buying barely anything, a couple of P250s, and that flash we saw K-Serrato try to capitalize on.
This exit will come towards Yuri. He knows it, but now he gets spotted. No chance to get the jump on them. It's a massive chance. So far this major, FURIA have played Overpass twice, 13-6, 13-7. versus Betboom and Mouse, respectively. Over on the other side, 9Z have played it 4 times this major. 13-8 to the Mongols, 16-12 to Spirit, 13-1 to Paravision, and 13-10 to Tyloo. That's an incredible resume. Undefeated so far on the map.
Vamos a jugar el juego, nada más. Lo único que les pido, juguemos el juego, a full. Como si fuese el último partido de nuestras vidas.
Oh, I love that. And they played that pistol with that kind of tempo.
I thought you only spoke French.
Like it's the last game of our lives.
Always present, always enjoying the moment.
Something he has specifically tried to work on coming into this major, having to wait 4 years to return after their Antwerp outing. That's a long time to think about your dreams and aspirations. And now Luchov will be thinking about what he can offer in the next one, because it's opening kill here for FURIA. Bodies on the site. Flashbang misses 2 targets in Monster. Quesarado from behind the pillar still yet to activate. Max is leaning in on this. And as Quesarado finds a small sanctuary behind this pillar, it feels like it's the kind of spot that could go unnoticed. Sure enough, he swings, and he tethers nicely off of Yuri, who now has another. And with that, FURIA's first gun round sucks the life out of 9Z.
Yeah, one in the dome there for Mayern. He's about to go down. They'll try to escape here at 39 seconds. Really uncomfortable spot for 9Z. Spending all their money, being able to save an AK and a Galil, but just a molly extra for Mayern and FURIA. And what's really important here on on Overpass is the verticality. Is going for the boost within the site, timing that up perfectly with your Quesarado. And for 9Z, the T side on this map is very B-centric when they get the opportunity. They show variety because they're a good team. But leaning towards Monster whenever it's not being heavily covered is something they're going to try a lot. Late rounds ending B, early rounds where there aren't double ups outside of Monster with a crossfire. FURIA have to protect it. They're very good on those entries. The 0-3 start for FURIA would have been a complete nightmare. Because how many maps in a row can you start from behind? Here comes a fully loaded FURIA, the op on molodoy. With those 2 saves, they know that a buy's coming in, but they also know that that buy is a skeleton buy. And 9Z, they won't have the capacity to go and sell fakes, to go for a thorough default, to bring an up to respond. I'm a little bit worried seeing FURIA playing this far back. Because if they give up all this space, they create a situation where it's 1 missed op shot and the site gets overrun. It's extra pressure on molodoy, no inside bathroom setup. He puts himself in a must-hit position, no rotations over. I'm not liking this right now for FURIA. I mean, I know molodoy is on form, but it was a communication on map 1 that I was concerned about. Keeping the ideas moving to get information. That's what won them these rounds. Oh, but he nails it.
Right? But what if that form goes supernova? Because he nails the first shot. Oh. Luchov right into it with the peek. Good entry out of Luchov. Tucked head, though, gets popped by Yuri. More bodies where the first one comes from. He commits to the spray. Oh. And Yuri will pick up the slack. Just like that. Woo. Throwing himself, thrusting forward past molodoy's point of contact, catching a multi-kill moment.
And that doesn't that just take your breath away by Yuri? Beautiful rifle work.
You cannot talk about the success of FURIA in 2025 without talking about the success of Yuri.
10 seconds, and DGT is going to hope he dies on time. There he'll go. 3 up and 3 down for Yuri as they close this round. And as small as it seems, molodoy comes up with his first shot. That's just so key. Again, playing that far back is inviting a lot of danger. But this is a moment where the shoulders can come down a bit. You know that you're now going up against a save. And it's time to make some money early.
Yeah. Even if his spray is a bit wild, it's just such better cover on that side of the truck than standing in the open stairs. It's a gut-wrenching feeling for 9Z to come crashing back to reality. You are in the mud on the T side of Overpass. This third map was never meant to be easy. Domestically, great record for 9Z on Overpass. At this major, great record for 9Z on Overpass. Luchov, Glock headshot. All of a sudden, there's a spanner in the works. What an oddity of a situation we've got here. 4v5 still, 4v4 now. No way to grab that off.
Why are the T's playing this like they have a chance to win this round? They've got to kill from that far away. They can't go back and get the gun. 4-on-4 situation.
I mean, just do it again.
And just, yeah. And again, it comes down to, well, right now you've got Yuri in place, holding the line. I hate even entertaining the thought. Oh, the op goes down.
AK's in hand. Yuri's up close. He's also dead. K-Serato's M4 tries to recover. This was Glocks from the top of the bottom.
There's nothing coming into this, just Glocks.
Try to grab the bomb. Luchov has got it. And now an AK in hand. Mayern's concerned about giving cover. And with Luchov as low as he is, he fails or falls back.
Nades do nothing. Mayern gets a gun.
Now there's AKs for both.
You can't be tripping over your feet now, Furia.
Fallen looking timid on the approach. Oh, good reaction for Fallen, and they've got it. But never in a million years should this round have gotten this close. A warning sign for Furia. Maybe a slap upside the head that'll keep them sharp moving forward. But tell me that doesn't have 9Z confidence starting to hit the boiling point.
Why does it even look like they have a chance that entire time? And it's again because of the position. It's so dangerous when you let them get that close. And apparently it doesn't matter what kind of guns you have. It's ridiculous.
The locks.
Oh, man. They need to do more on A. They're winning the round. They have the lead. They lose a little bit of money with it coming so close. That's not a wake-up call. I don't know what will be.
This round starts with a more forward opening move. Furia throwing Yakindar down into connector. And a heavy B-lean out of the gate, immediately opened. No, just
I actually
nade through.
I do really like the read. Again, like early rounds and everything. 9Z will always default back to taking over Monster. I like that Furia are thinking about that. They really left the A site entirely vacant. Could be scary.
This off catches you off, but it's only for 30 damage. Goes back in, and Max is going to find the headshot.
The repeat comes in. Molodoy goes down.
And because they're playing open roads, there's not this instant pounce from 9Z. They don't feel the need to rush that forward, and so they're not going to get tripped up by the fact that Furia had so many bodies here.
That's the other part of it. They don't actually just full exec. They test Monster. They'll try to walk out in the middle of a timing. But man, how is there no response at all here for Furia? The fog of war is complete and total towards A. And it's the walk-up. It's the dead silent move. Yakinder's gonna try to cause some interference. No one's here at Balloons. And he is watched.
Yuri leans that M4 forward. Careful, because Mayern's on this exact line, but Mayern's also got to give this up to go and push the bomb in. And that opens the door for the two Furia riflemen to start to claw it back significantly. Mayern's slow, cleaned up by K-Serato. The two of them, a double kill apiece. Yuri and K-Serato slipping into what was all of 9Z on that bomb site.
You just got to give it up to Yuri, man. Insanely critical kills.
Of 9Z on that bomb site. Mayern was holding for that exact Yuri push, Mohan, but he had to move that bomb in, and when he does, Yuri finds the perfect moment to push the opposite side of the site that K-Serato's distracting from.
We're getting insane form out of Yuri.
Hell of a day to do it.
Still another moment where it's very scary. 9Z pulling that call out. They go into a timeout now. Max has got the 1 AK. They invest behind it. But it's a tapered buy, only some money going in. When this flank got watched, I mean, again, like, the fact that Yuri even gets the kill towards long. He would never have stood there if he was worried about that. Assist on the third as well. High efficacy on that grenade, huh?
Low health Mayern, one of the pistols in play here. Flashbangs finding their targets, but Yakinder not getting his kills just yet. It's okay, it could be recovered. No real chance to gun him down. Monster pipe held, and that one's convincing. FURIA with a flurry of kills. Go up to a 5-2 CT lead on Overpass, and yet all of them still seem laser focused. Surely, with how 9Z have tested them in rounds they're not supposed to, this does not feel safe still.
I mean, it's Fallen's Overpass that invented the forward A aggression from balloons. It used to be him using Fur in this position to get space pushed back, and then FaZe were the team that adopted that and used Rain in that position, but he's the one who invented it. And it hasn't fallen out of meta. There are so many aggressive CT options to implore. You just have to make the call. Early punish. And now it's the utility from safety here from the CT side. Wow, what a crazy position. After a CT push, going for a boost like this. This would be such an insane read. Like, the thought that he would even go back to do this. And look, they're covering this correctly.
Right, both options.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh, what? Oh my goodness, and Yakinder pushed off a short. They knew he was gonna do that.
So many layers to this short play this round between the teams.
It's crazy because the kill comes up for FURIA to actually give themselves a chance. But they still knew what was gonna happen on both ends of that push.
Molodoy is gonna have to be instrumental yet again. 45 on this clock. Yuri's the support system once more. Tries to get into position, but as this smoke remains up, it's just Molodoy worried about the bathroom's door. And now that it's faded, he could drop Max, but there come the shots and the confirmation on that jump up. Nobody's long, and down goes Yuri, down goes Molodoy, into the A site yet again.
The piercing attack, crushing everything. Spotting Yakinder, who now has no chance to even go for this. Bomb gets planted, and 9Z close it.
There is no holding them back once they come knocking on the front of this A-bomb site. Glocks or guns. And 9Z show us a real depth in this round. The amount of setups they had in anticipation of moves from FURIA outside of the B site. That isn't just them getting lucky with the A hit.
Oh, they even got unlucky with the Fallen's boost. They were watching for it. He still got the kill, and then they got two back.
Shout out Huaso Peak for the wallbang headshot return.
And Yakinder's push off of short, even though it sneaks by, because they have to call their player in blue to now refrag in Huaso Peak. The rotation to A is still not enough. Again, I would just like to see a little bit more bathrooms control out of FURIA, but in a round like that, I can understand. It was more of a heavy emphasis towards B from the CT side. But these early positions are looking more competitive. High-level overpass kicking in. Mayern is on the op. He had two good maps in this series, but starting this one, 0 and 5.
Getting away with this, unreal.
Yeah. And to be fair, that spam back was also pretty fortunate. But my goodness, what an attack.
Yep, here come those Luchov entries. It's one of the specialties all major long that 9Z have been able to bank on.
He's kind of an untapped secret weapon right now. A scary sixth gear for 9Z.
Ooh, eating damage on the approach, but it does go both directions. And again, we're going to play this game of cat and mouse outside of the B bomb site. DGT to the top of the boost. Chip damage on Quesarado and Fallen. A kind of light-hearted spam comes through and doesn't find its target out of FURIA, but Yuri will just keep trying these different angles. Nice nade this time out of 9Z. That'll get Quesarado dangerously low.
It becomes a game of battleship, you know, between short and inside the site. You can alert them of your presence. There's no ceiling over this site. you might as well abuse the fact that you can go with spams. So, some damage dealt both ways. A lot of it unconfirmed. But the last few rounds, 9Z have started to lean an end towards A, which I think is a little bit unexpected.
This flash for Yuri to set up Fallen into the fight and back into the cover, but they are closing the gap. Now he's a little more concerned about the short side. Fallen holds his own. What a wall bang! Max has got the one answer back. Careful in these 2vx situations. Caserato's gonna clamp down on it this time around. Mayern can't get that deep angle. Good on Fallen to catch those 2 kills. He has the second most amount of kills on FURIA at the moment.
Yeah, at the moment. What a time to come alive. On Overpass, of course. That's
for a moment
insane that he gets those. He gets full blinded.
Yes.
Has to fall back.
And not just that, but it felt like for a second he goes into the short side where he was about to find a duel, still kind of blind, has second guesses, falls into a more awkward position and still delivers 2 on the walk up. That was not an easy position for Fallen to get 1, let alone both. I thought he was flustered. This kind of indecision for a second.
And he knows that. They know where he is. Not much room to fall back. It's a good CT angle that he takes, but he just straight up has to deliver. Knows he has to fight to the death. And he says class is in session.
Slight limitations for 9Z in round 10. This elusive 4th round win on the T side. And a total change up in the tempo. A completely unannounced move. Look how unprepared.
It's not being respected, but they don't get the kill.
Oh,
you don't get the kill,
molodoy.
and there's enough CTs here.
Recovers it back, Flash finds them, setting up, because you'd think, of course, he's not going to do that entirely alone.
It doesn't matter how good the setup is in the approach. If they don't get that opening kill, it's all for naught. FURIA will take their position. Doesn't matter about the damage here on Yuri. And Caserado, watchful eye on the boost.
Always ready. A flash comes through, takes Fallen blind, he still recover. Max can't clamp down on it. If I'm not mistaken, the player with the Mac 10 in the middle of all that, so economic limitations show why 9Z are up against a wall at the moment, and Mayern in the backdrop. There was no need to discuss his shortcomings as an AWPer at this event or events prior in this quarterfinal until now. He has had real glorious moments in both Dust2 and Mirage, but a difficult side in this time swarmed in the final 30 seconds. His second kill just now collected, and they want to rip that off from his hands so that it's not an option here for 9Z.
Yep, he'll get a chance to play on CT side. There won't be too much T side op impact. But again, this is about getting rounds. They didn't want to have to start on the T side on this map, but they knew that it was coming. Again, we look back and see how important those pistol and conversions were. Can actually snapshot a lot of these rounds and see the position for 9Z is so good. But Yuri comes up clutch with Maltese. molodoy's hitting his first shot. This is what made Mirage possible in the second half for FURIA. This is what we expected from FURIA coming into the series on map 1. But now none of that matters. All that matters is closing Overpass, and they're showing themselves they can do it. But if I'm 9Z, I'm still confident I can pick up 1 or 2.
It's a weird one, but those nades well placed. Yakindar has been floating around this opening, and molodoy will welcome this challenge. Mistimes the op shot as Yakindar jumps in front of him, gets killed out through that smoke. Now molodoy really feels like he's got to get something because he can't really control this gun.
They just have to hide for long enough that he gets scared because now his rifle support is gone. Does he want to take the risk? I love that he's staying here. He's getting that rotation in from Yuri, and he holds on to space, doesn't immediately evacuate.
And really just leaves that gun.
But this is actually a crazy lurk position out of Luchov. Like, look at where this round is actually going.
He'll stick here for the time being. And remember, there's only 2 guns, and Luchov holds one of them, so they're actually allocating him to the other side of the site. And now Luchov's dead. And so when he goes down, this becomes far less likely. 9Z Bank on a half-health Watso peak.
Wait, they're going towards short.
50 seconds.
Oh, what a move, actually. I mean, Fallen's not going to be able to see this.
Just trying to chase. Quesarado playing with grenades. I mean, reloading behind the pillar. He doesn't feel ready, and Fallen's caught out in the open. But remember, they just don't have the hardware. AK's last at bat, and so they'll sweep him under the rug. FURIA secure an 8.
Yeah, this half goes from good to stellar here for FURIA. This is 8 without a pistol and a conversion. It's time to lock in.
What a daunting task lies ahead for 9Z once we switch sides. It's one they should have always known they'd had to deal with, floating overpass versus FURIA. But now it feels real. And that electric tempo that they began this T side with, flying down long with pistols, it has slowly receded into playing the map and keeping options and waiting for FURIA's tests.
Struggling to defend against those first kills, getting those for themselves. Inside bathrooms control. One thing they've been doing so well is just pressure on just the absolute opposite sides of the map. Yakinder trying to play his advantage here. Molodoy protects him on the outside of bathrooms. Will this get cleared?
Oh, perfectly timed from Yakinder. Oh, clean versus Luchov.
Make it 3, come on.
Max will deny that. Still a solid multi-kill out of your front bathrooms defender. Molodoy gonna be just locking in on this angle now, knowing there's support standing behind him. Fire pops, and he will still offer half his health running back through it. A 2 versus 4, an uncomfortable place, especially when you still need to pick up that bomb. And yet this is what's left of 9Z's T side. Stellar defense put forward by FURIA, at times pushed to its limits. Molodoy, stoic, sits back, relaxes, and knows that him and his team have indeed done enough. Done enough to put doubt in the minds of 9Z. A massive ask of them lies ahead on the other side of halftime. Pistol and conversion had 9Z's hopes high out of the gate here on map 3. But Brazil has been given real reasons to celebrate at the moment. A second pistol victory here for 9Z in the middle of the cathedral would suddenly make this place electric, as their hopes could once again return to new heights. Cologne, who wants to see a comeback?
They want FURIA forged in the fire. 9Z wins 70% of their pistol rounds on this map. But this one, they need 100%. Oh, what? The flash is perfect. Luchov hits his shot. Mayer, eyes wide open. The P250 is deadly from a distance. Oh, but they take this out. They don't see the bomb.
Dead again. Dude, their headshots in the pistols. We go back to Dust2. It's been this way since the first round of this series.
It feels like they just win ever. They're just so solid on these pistols.
Just instant headshots. So FURIA.
Yuri's still alive, so you never know.
Right. Should have been another in the 9Z back pocket. I'm so interested in this CT side, just with the amount of kind of jostling and out positioning that was going on outside of that B bomb site on 9Z's approach. Even if it only came up as 3 rounds on that T side, it felt like they were really trying to just worm their way through
I tell you
FURIA's
right now,
defense.
They were in control of a lot of those T positions. Those are still
5 recovery
rounds.
though. You'd think it's impossible. Down to Yakindar, all 4 players here. Surely they all just swing.
That was one of the tack pauses, to talk more in these versus clutch situations.
Come on.
And they make it happen. Last one's the hardest. They make a meal out of it, but they win that pistol. They win both pistols on this map, and look how excited they are at this chance. Wow.
Let's go, stay composed. Keep talking to each other, keep making plans, keep understanding. In situations, make it difficult for them. Kite, get good positions. Dead people, help. Oh, this is okay, guys. We're good like this.
The reminder to communicate has been huge. It's been a through line at this major. It has made the difference on these tack pauses. It feels like the most obvious thing to say, but when the pressure's on, that's when the communication falls off, and that's when you lose everything.
And that's why Sid wants it even from the dead players, right? All hands on deck.
And that's what's been so impressive about 9Z. Like, through all of their difficult games, they have kept the communication high. They haven't come through with very, like, boring setups without map control. They always bring that. But that's a reminder for a future round. FURIA coming into this one with Glocks, a couple of flashes, hoping to score a plant. It would be an abject failure if they somehow lost this. A 1 in a million round.
Probably inspired by 9Z's attempt with a similar buy last half.
But no plan off the pistol, that's what this means.
It was 3 kills and a bomb plant for 9Z's Glocks on the attack. FURIA's, not so much. On for the ace. Huaso peak right there with Yuri on the other end of it. And he'll get it. All 5, just an ace for the road. Or is it an ace on the foundation of 9Z's extension into the playoffs? That's the question that we'll only have answered in some time.
It's also a moment, no kills. No bomb plant in the second round. Money's the scariest thing to go up against on Overpass when it comes to CT side. If you could get 6 mollies every round, you buy them. That off instantly onto Mayer. Tech 9s, though, here for FURIA. Nate's perfect. Oh, Nate is insane.
And that's kind of what my interest was piqued by, right? These outer setups on the B side. Incendiary's going to burn Molodoy out. Huaso in the middle of that smoke, supported by the rifle. Gets a little awkward. K-Serrato and Yuri trying to reclaim this one again.
And Mayer's off.
Yeah, he'll find it over top. So that really sucks the momentum out of the hands of FURIA, because now K-Serrato, the one with the low health, also bunks smoke. Dangerous cross, he'll still hit 2 tanks. Luchov kills him in the middle of all that, but just a reminder that things can change quickly with the talent that FURIA have.
FURIA did a fantastic job in that first half of taking very scary positions, but hitting their first shot, denying the opening entry, and then taking full control. 9Z will have that responsibility now for themselves to close out. We're going to get a strong game plan on this T side out of FURIA. They're comfortable being here. They just know that this lead isn't as big as it might seem to the untrained eye. They know to take every T round dead serious. If 9Z win this round, I would literally rather be them than FURIA in this match already. But there's that first and second kill. This is massive out of K-Serrano.
Just playing games through the monster pipe, and it's lethal. There's still a second half of this map to figure out for FURIA, but you've got Mayern in a tough spot, dropping his smoke on Bathroom.
FURIA never made this mistake in the first half. This will
take a quick adjustment if ever Yuri tiptoes his way out from the top of connector. That bomb's going to be molodoy's responsibility. This sends Yakindar and Fallen in front of that bomb with their smokes out, ready to blanket this A site. Can Mayern adjust this scope fast enough and slam the shot to Yuri? Because as those grenades begin popping inside of the site, it is now a sudden rush up from Luchov. A leg shot, and there's that pinch. Yuri perfectly times it to tether into the A site, and the double kill from K-Serrano worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, honestly, Mayern's in a spot where it's time to get out of there, right? If he wanted to have a chance of taking this off into the next round, they have money to buy it again, but you wouldn't want to do that. And again, this is a moment where we see 9Z make a mistake that FURIA did not on their CT side. 2 kills through the smoke on Monster. All the advantages that you may have nothing to do with that. Oh, one more punish here. Make it really expensive. Get through this money quickly is what FURIA are going to try to do.
Luchov hanging on for dear life, but it's feeling less and less likely. Oh, right off the thread of K-Serrano, who will collect a triple kill this round. Attribute this one to K-Serrano, as FURIA now have 10.
This could be a write-off for 9Z. We'll see. They still get their money for virtually everything they need. I mean, K-Serrano doesn't just put them in a good position. He just wins the round with those 2 kills. It's impossible to call around. The stakes are high. You want to tell yourself you don't want to be passive, you just want to be making the right play. And sometimes that means shooting back through a smoke. But as soon as you die, you realize you're taking risks playing at this level versus players of this caliber. There's never an easy choice to make. 9Z didn't get to this position by playing as a tier 2 team and pretending they were playing against tier 1 teams. They played as if they have the same amount of top 20 players as all of their competition. That's what got them here. They can't turn their back on that. But that also means they have to rise up to the challenge of a new set of top 20 players and continue to impress on a level that you could never precipitate for their run coming into this major.
You can walk that tightrope all you want, but don't be surprised if K-Serrano shoves you off it. You can already see the change up in 9Z, not a single player extending down that ramp towards Monster. I don't doubt that 9Z have other defensive options, but I know damn well that left a mark on them.
This one working out a little bit towards 9Z, holding on to utility more, not burning it early, not anticipating a fast move from FURIA, which they're right about. FURIA are coming into this very slowly and actually not willing themselves to risk any kind of forward map control. Now those smokes start to come out for the CT side.
DGT down here still has his smoke and his incendiary.
And Max is playing flex here, and you know he just wants to make the right move. Do I lean and reinforce B, or do I stay towards A where they're coming in late? Well, it is a B play.
Ollie for short. Quesarado is the one to go through. Flash finds its target. Second player back, there's Wasso, now low HP. Max is also wounded. Yakindar's gonna kill Luchov up top. The Monster Pipe still slow to the play, but Max, what are you gonna do here? You have no health to work. So Mayorn on the scene as Max, burnt to a crisp in front of him, looks for the op shot, drops one, but the bomb plant's still secured.
It has to be a 1-on-4, and I don't know if that's gonna happen.
Oh, they deny him. Swing wide through it. It's a team effort here from FURIA in the face of the utility. Late grenades out of 9Z, but it's all for naught. Their money's gone, and FURIA on the brink of victory.
They're here to take 12 now. That was the chance for 9Z to respond in the second half. Their most comfortable half in their entire map pool. They get the pistol and conversion they're looking for, but as soon as they hit the money and the full rifles, they fall to FURIA. Quesarado, once again, opening kill out in front of that Molotov on short. That's what opens up the site.
No hesitation for Quesarado. One of the 3 players in that pack, met by the flames, doesn't give a damn, dives right through it. So not only do you feel his wrath when he spams a smoke, you just had a great point about having to go up and play those risks. But a guy like Quesarado can also just storm your castle, and he did that. An unexpected move, Cats 9Z off. Did they do anything wrong, or did they just get caught by a world-class player?
And 9Z are playing now for overtime. They will not bring anything into this round. A sinking feeling hits as 9Z, after their 2 pistols in this series, thought, it's our time. We know how to do this. Well, that chance may have vanished at the hands of Quesarado.
This is a game that in many ways, for all of FURIA, feels like a curse. Yakindar's inability to win quarterfinals at majors. Molodoy's performance in Budapest, leaving him looking like a shell of himself. And this constant 3-0 stage 3 start that fizzles out at majors. You lose the opening map, it all feels like it's becoming a reality again. And yet in the back of your minds, you just know, if we can fight, if we can claw our way back into these halves, as FURIA have, then you can get to Overpass, where Fallen changed the world of Counter-Strike on this map, where Fallen inspired all the nations, where every player from 9Z hail from. And so you give him that comfort zone, and he'll give you 6 rounds to try to fight it off. 6 rounds to battle for your dreams, 9Z. FURIA map match semifinals points.
And so they step onto the tightrope, and they have to see what can they get away with. Who's going to make the first move? Can they stick to their CT game plan that they know works? Or is this just a bridge too far as the confidence boiled over for FURIA? Have they finally ascended to the form that we saw last stage? That's certainly what it feels like. One more mistake. Quesarado punished them twice already.
He's been a demon for this B-site defense. A millimeter from the kill.
Another mistake.
He will catch Wasso, and this time it looks like they're just gonna pounce. At times, FURIA sat back and let things stew. This time they want in. And as they try to get into it, it's Quesarado to catch another. DGT looks to be the hero, drops that bomb. And now it's Quesarado on the scene. He's the reason this momentum rolled forward. It's built up by molodoy. And Luchov on the recovery, denied anything more than one. Another multi-kill from Quesarado. Max says he has a daughter now and the time is limited. Do not waste these chances, but it's taken from him. This cathedral will see more of Brazil's guardian angel. Fallen stomps on the deep purple embers we've seen burning slowly throughout this major. 9Z are no more.